Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of NVTV. Hey guys, today we are sitting down with Beau Hankinson. Beau, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
We're going to talk to him a little bit today about his business experience. He is a very well-seasoned business owner, and he has a lot of information that could really help everyone in the community. So Beau, let's just start off with what your background is in business and how long you've been in business.
Well, I grew up in a family business, in the car wash business, so I've been in business in one fashion or the other my entire life with my father. My grandfather actually started the car washes here in town in 1954, so it's a long time. And we've been continually washing cars in this town since then. So being in business, the family business, and starting that way, was able to learn a lot as in my youth to be able to carry it forward. Not all those are always positive. We had some tough times in our business history, but fortunately have been able to continue on and expand and grow into different parts of the car wash industry, which has allowed us to do a lot of things.
So are your roots here in Zanesville?
The roots are in Zanesville. I was born in Zanesville. All my family's still here. My wife is from Zanesville. Her and her family operate a small business as well, which makes things easier in a lot of ways because she understands the challenges that go with being a business for yourself.
Right. That's got to make things a lot easier.
It does.
Yeah. So we know you've got Be Clean here in Zanesville. Do you have any other operations outside of Zanesville? Have you guys expanded out of that area?
Yes, actually for the last several years, our primary focus has been outside of Zanesville. We operate a company called CleanCo Car Wash Services. We provide car wash equipment, soaps, waxes, and service to car washes around the state. Those may be retail car washes, some names like Moo Moo and Columbus that people have heard of. We also service a lot of car dealerships. So that's given us it's nice to have that diversity, and when one side of the business is a little slow, the other one, helps out. It also gives us a lot of buying power that our competition doesn't have. We are able to do everything in-house, from the construction to the installation and service of the equipment. We're able to buy products at a very reasonable rate compared to our competition, and it's allowed us to really grow and to really expand into the Be Clean car wash, which we just opened in November. And it's a new concept to this area, but it's not a new concept. We have some very successful customers, and as I've always thought, we're very successful at what we do, but we watch those customers actually in their retail car wash operations and literally mimicked what they did because they were so good that we didn't need to reinvent something. We able to look at somebody else's success and build on that. We also manufacture a precast concrete product for car washes, for new installations. And we travel the country installing those. And again, that's been another nice diverse income. And what I like about a lot of that as well is there's a lot of money from outside our community that we're able to bring back to our community through wages, through purchasing of products from vendors, whether it's concrete or steel or whatever we might need in the other side of the business.
So what kind of came first for you? Did you get into the actual physical, having a car wash that people drive through first, or did you start with the other pieces of the business first?
So we were in the car wash business. I recall several years back, probably 25 years ago, we had installed some new equipment at one of our sites, and we actually did the installation. There was nobody available to do the installation. At that time, I was mid-20s and was interested in expanding and doing something a little different. That's when CleanCo started. So I went to some manufacturers, showed them an interest in being a distributor, and things took off from there. Since then, we've grown to about 10 employees on that side of the business, including my brother Slade, who's a partner, and that helps, having somebody you can trust to manage different parts of the business when you're not there, and each of us having our own expertise in that.
So was Slade always kind of a part of it, or did he come in once he kind of got that expertise?
Slade was part of the original family business, but came on later with the CleanCo side of the business and has become a very valuable manager in that. So as we expanded into the Be Clean, Slade became a partner in that as well. He has a lot of expertise that he adds that allows me to focus on other things. We also are involved in some car washes in Cleveland, and our partner from up there is also involved. So it's really allowed us to have a good, strong base of partners that can cover each other's back when somebody's on vacation or sick, or focus on individual parts of the business, allowing for us to grow.
So we sat down with Heidi Maxwell previously, and she was kind of on the other end of it, where she had a son who was interested in the business, and he was kind of starting to learn the business and really get involved. So it's nice to sit down with someone who's kind of been on the total opposite side, where your dad was the one that kind of helped you guys get into the family business. What was that process like when you're younger and you decide you want to get into the family business? How was that dynamic getting transferred into what your father had already established?
I've never really thought about that. It's something it just kind of happened. Growing up, my father required us actually to work a lot of hours, a lot of weekends. At the time, didn't really understand that. But as you get older, you really appreciate a lot of things. A lot of my successes with CleanCo and Wash Trench, our precast, really come from those years when I was helping build or repair or so forth. I obtained a very good mechanical background at that age, and was able to look for opportunities as they presented themselves through life. The precast concrete, for example, was something that it's a niche in our industry, and it's something that the precast people really don't want to get into because they don't understand car washes. Car wash manufacturers cut and weld steel. It's just something different. So, but with my personal background and so forth, developed a product. Actually went to a lot of local people here who helped me design and figure out how to manufacture that product. So really, the dynamic that you were asking about with my father was just a lot of good hard work and common sense type things. I recall a particular time when I asked how much I was making. I might have been 10 or 12 years old, and he said, "You should actually be paying me for what you're learning." And I appreciate that now, and he's actually it was correct. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So you said that you kind of had some local people here kind of help you out in part of the business. Is there anything in particular that really kind of helped boost your business anytime there was any kind of struggle?
Oh, well, I think that's the advantage of Zanesville. When you're in a city like Columbus, you're just another person. And growing up here and having the car washes here, many of the vendors that I use were car wash customers, so you knew them personally as well. I will have to say that a lot of the contractors that I use are personal friends. So when you went through those tough times, nobody said, "Hey, you don't have any credit anymore," or anything like that. Everybody was, "What can we do to help?" And because it's really good for everybody. They help, and we're still here, and we're still buying off them, and
Yep.
so forth. So it's that's one of the nice things about Zanesville.
And I think that's good for business owners to know. You make connections, use them. They're going to help you.
Oh yeah. And whether that's with vendors or the banks, we're actually very, very fortunate in Zanesville to have the number of local banks that we do, to where we can have those personal relationships Again, back to Cleveland, I know my partner up there, when he goes into the bank up there, he has to show his ID, even though it's the same branch each time and each day and so forth. It seems kind of strange. And here you can walk into any of the branches and of the different local banks and know everybody by name, and you're going to see them at dinner or the sporting event or whatever it may be. So it is nice to have those personal relationships.
Yeah. So getting back to the new Be Clean that you have opened up on Maple Avenue in Zanesville, what was the decision process like to decide to open one here in Zanesville and on Maple?
Well, for me, it was again looking at some of our successful customers and saying, what do we need to do to do that and to bring that to Zanesville. We had a couple of car washes still here in Zanesville at the time, a small one by Rally's in Talakepaki on Maple. We were actually in the process of remodeling that location as far as we even had the building permits, and we're ready to start into that. The new Be Clean on Maple was kind of a strange happening, if you will. We were moving along towards a remodeling, and I was on a project out of town when one of the local realtors called and said, "Hey, the current owners of Softcloth have an interest in selling. If you still would like to talk to them." And so I met with John Thomas, the owner, the next day. And it was very simple. Again, that was a competitor of ours for 26 years who I had never met, which seems strange in a small town. But John and I sat down, discussed things. He gave me a price. I said, "Is it negotiable?" He said, "I think it's a fair price." And I said, "I do as well." And we came to terms that day and signed the contract the next day. So it was as though it was meant to be. But as far as the decision making, it made sense to buy that location. It has a little better access than our previous location did, a bigger piece of property, and at the same time was eliminating a competitor, which allows us to put in a little nicer facility than we might have. So it's Be Clean is really the sum of all my years of experience and installing and building new car washes. It was everything that I wanted to see in a car wash that a lot of people maybe didn't have room in their building or in their budget or that kind of thing. So it's truly a very, very unique location, not only for Zanesville, but even in the state of Ohio. There's just not much like it.
And one thing I think is really cool about the new car wash on Maple is that you have the monthly plans. And that seems, I know it might be something that they're doing in bigger cities, but that's new to us, that you can, just pay per month and you have so many times you get to come through. And it seems like there's some technology that we haven't utilized here in Zanesville where if you have those plans, you can pull through and the cameras automatically scan and know what you're supposed to be getting for your car wash.
Yes. Yeah, our industry is kind of a trickle-down technology industry. It always has been. The automated portion of ours very much mimics an assembly line in a car plant. It's things turning on and off, and what causes those to turn on and off. But and then the new technology with the subscriptions is driven by the same as an easy pass through a toll gate. So we put a RFID chip on a windshield, and as a subscriber you pull up, it is able to recognize you and knows which plan you purchased, and the gate opens and you go in. It's as easy as that. If it's a cold day and you don't want your window down, you no need to put your window down, just roll in and go right through. That's allowed a convenience factor for our customers, and we are currently in the process of remodeling a location in South Zanesville that we just took over, and that will have the same technology there. So if you are a subscriber and live on one end of town and work on the other, or vice versa, you can pull into either location. It'll recognize you, and you're on your way. This time of year especially, is with the snow and the rain, you can come in every day for one monthly fee.
So out of all of your businesses that you guys have, what do you think is your greatest success story?
Boy, I don't know. Just still being here, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So it's required adapting over the years, changing philosophies, changing business models, We used to be in the full-serve car wash business where we did the inside and out. Don't miss those days at all. What we do now, we can do with much less labor and much more control, and offer a lot of things to the customer that we just couldn't do in that format. So, but the successes, I really enjoy the precast product that we make, because it was something. I'm not an engineer, but again, worked with some local folks and developed a product that goes into. We're up to about 200 locations that we've installed this product across the country. In the last 18 months, we started installing on military bases as well. So it's, again, been a nice diversity to what we do.
So if we have any new business owners watching, what would you say your best advice would be for them starting out?
Definitely do it. If not, I think it's something you'll look back and wonder and so forth. Look for a niche. Our successes have all really been in the niche market, whether it's that precast or whether it's some of the equipment installations and so forth that we do. Niches won't be there forever, so if you get in there and do well, and just continue to adapt as you move forward. As well, look at one thing that helps us a lot with our business is we're vertically integrated in the car wash industry. So from the manufacturing to literally to the retail end of it. And most all my staff works in the different parts of the business. So we can, when we're slow in one area, we will manufacture the concrete product and put it into inventory. So it's really allowed us to maximize labor, to be able to give our employees the hours and the benefits that we can, and that's really it. I think just keep your eyes open all the time, look for the opportunities, and hopefully be able to seize them.
Well, Beau, thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
That was so much good information. We hope you guys can get some information from that. If you have questions for us or for Beau, leave us a comment and we'll get with him, or you can send us a message if you don't want to leave a comment. We'll get back with Beau, talk to him about it, and get you some answers. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week on NVTV.